Hello fellow YouTubers and welcome. Today I'm looking at the Chumphon. Having had my fill of the Ramat and a pretty lousy matchmaker if I say so myself, I thought I'd start playing the Chumphon. I'm slowly making my way up the Pan-Asian tree with a view to eventually getting the Jinan, which I hear is highly regarded. You can see straight away this ship looks like an Atlanta, and essentially it is just that. And then of course it's not, because with the Atlanta you get hydro, with the Atlanta you get radar, with this ship you get smoke and a torpedo reloader. Okay, so there's a big difference in the playstyles. In fact, there's an enormous difference in the playstyles. You don't go aggressive in a Chumphon. It's a ship that's purely designed for defense and HE spamming, smoke farming, I guess. So a completely different creature to the Atlanta that we all know and love. Okay, so recommendations here. I'd go with main armaments modification 1 in slot 1. In slot 2, engine room protection. Okay, there isn't a lot of point in getting the defense AA fire. Save your coal and get engine protection. Slot 3, I'd go with aiming system modification 1, and then in slot 4, propulsion modification 1. So those are the modules I'd recommend for this ship. Let's have a look at the general stats on her. What's the survivability like? Well, quite low really, 27,750 hit points. Only slightly more health than a destroyer, okay, because she is a light cruiser. The guns, well, they're those American 127mm, but they reload a little slower as far as I'm aware, and they have a 5% fire chance on the HE. The HE only does 1800, the AP does 2100, and the shell velocities are slow, 792 meters a second. The shells are also floaty at range, and that maximum range is only 14.2 kilometers. So you've got to be fairly close to your targets, and the shells are very floaty indeed. Torpedoes wise, this is where things get interesting. You get the Pan-Asian deep water torpedoes that I was using on the Ramat, which can only deal damage to cruisers, battleships and CVs, because they go so low in the water that they simply go underneath destroyers. They've got a maximum range this time of 10.5 kilometers, which is very welcome. The damage isn't terrible, 16,633, and they do 62 knots. But the real kicker here is they've only got a detect of 0.7 kilometers, which I hit great, you say, right? Now bear in mind the amount of hydro that's in the game now. And trust me, you won't be landing them very often, but when you do, people won't see them coming, so they won't be avoiding them, which is great news for all you torpedo lovers out there. Depth charges, 2,100 per charge. Your number of charges 2, bombs in a charge 8, so you get 8 of these. Unfortunately, she doesn't have airplanes. You have to drop these out of the back. So you've literally got to sail over a submarine to do that. Now with a maneuverability of 34.1 knots, you are going to struggle to take out subs. So ignore the subs, let them come to you. If they're stupid enough to go underneath your ship, make them pay for it, okay? Turning circle radius at 610 meters, that's not too bad, and a rudder shift of 7.2 seconds, which is kind of typical of a light cruiser really. Her concealment's not bad either. You can get it down to 9.3 kilometers with this build. Okay, and talking of build, okay, you start with, because she's all about the torpedoes, you start with Swiftfish, then you get priority target so that you know how many people are shooting at you or if they've launched torpedoes at you. Very useful information from that skill. Then Superintendent to increase the amount of smoke you get, the amount of torpedo reloaders and the amount of defensive AA fire. Very handy. And then with your final few points, you go with Concealment Expert. Now I'm only using a 10-point captain on this ship. I don't have very many Pan-Asian captains. I know you're all shocked at that. Lone gun, I thought you would have more, right? Once you've done those picks, then I would recommend taking Adrenaline Rush. That gets you up to 13 points. Then after that, we're looking at Survivability Expert, so that gets you to 16. Then we take Heavy HE and SAP shells, because these guns are quite small, a 127, so you don't get any issues, you don't get any negatives to your detectability. So you might as well take the plus 10% HE damage and the plus 10% sap damage that this particular boost does. Not that she's got sap shells, but the plus 10% to your HE spam damage is very welcome indeed. So that's a good pick for her. And then we go with fill the tubes. Again, it decreases the length of time it takes for those torpedoes to reload. Okay, and that's pretty much the build. So we've spent 10, 13, 16, 19, 20, 21. Okay, going back to the ship's profile, I didn't show you the armor layout. It's a classic. It's just like the Atlanta, pretty much. You've got this incredibly thin 13mm armor that shells just go straight through. So chances are you're going to get overmatched, and things are just going to punch straight through for overpen damage. So that's good news. The bad news is you don't have a heal. What? No heal, you say? Yeah, I know. No heal on this ship, unfortunately. You've got this plate in the middle with an armor thickness of 89mm. That's your citadel. Pretty scary, really. If we take the front off, you can see there's a bit of citadel down here, so plunging shells might catch that. Highly unlikely, but it could happen. Playstyle-wise, I'll discuss that more in the couple of matches I'm about to show you, coming up right now. This is depressing. This is very depressing. Okay, so the matchmaker's been kind, but you know what? For the last 3 matches in a row, this game keeps putting me on neighbours. I'm beginning to really hate the matchmaker, actually. It keeps putting me on neighbours. And it keeps putting me on the side of the map I don't want to be. I want to be over here. I want to be over there. And you know why I want to be over there? Because this ship excels at crushing pushes through island chains, because you can just leave chain after chain after chain of deep water torpedoes in the channels. And those are going to rack up some serious damage. But unfortunately, once more, I'm on this side of the map. And there's not that many channels to throw torpedoes through. They will gather here, inevitably. I can use this island for cover, I guess. Right, I guess I can do that. But I will end up turning this way and heading off that way or that way, leaving torpedoes behind me. And they will just sit here all day long camping. So again, not the place I want to spawn. Not the direction I want to spawn in. Quite depressing, really.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
Not fun. So we go to about this point, and then we start dropping deep water torpedoes down the channel. As you can see, it's a very wide channel. It's going to be very difficult to hit anything from here. I suspect that Omar will be dead before he gets anywhere near my torps. Congo is well out of range. So I'm kind of wasting my time. This is the playstyle, though. This is what you're supposed to be doing in this ship. You're supposed to be making it difficult for the enemy team. But as you can see, the Omaha has already said, oh, I'm not having any of that. I'm going this way, or I'm going that way. I think he's going to continue to push that way. Now I'm lit. No, he's not going to. He's not going to stop there, is he? Oh, he's turning. Not enough. Not enough. Not nearly enough. He's going to avoid those torpedoes. Very frustrating. Very frustrating indeed. Got an Omaha camped on the corner. Don't think we can hit him from this range. And submarine torpedoes incoming.
Torpedoes astern. Torpedoes to starboard.
There's a submarine here. That's probably what got me lit, actually. He's going to ambush the Grom. So let's ambush him. Switch to AP. Ah! Oh my goodness. Trying really hard not to swear. That's really annoying. Really, really annoying. Okay, and now my smoke's running out, of course. Of course it is. So I can't go dark. I have no smoke left. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll lay some more torps down the channel for what it's worth. Maybe send some after the Congo. But only assuming he's going to push in, so we can do that because the Grom's in the way. And stay dark for now. Follow the Gorizia. But you can see why I hate this side of the map, guys, right? It's the worst possible place you could spawn a Chumphon. Unless, of course, the enemy fleet gets brave and decides to push into me, in which case I've got an answer in these deep water torpedoes, but I haven't hit the Gorizia yet, and I can't see me doing it now. Those are too long. This is very frustrating play. Nicholas has just smoked. That's nice. That's actually quite handy, but I think the Gorizia is going to just... Yeah, the Congo is almost out of range. And I'm facing in the wrong direction. I would be so much happier over this side of the map, if you see the mini-map. See where I'm pointing? There are so many possibilities this side. But this side of the map, and 3 times in a row this game's done this to me. And the games have been so bad that I haven't shown any of them, but I've decided enough is enough. I'm going to show you what kind of crap I put up with when I'm doing a review of a ship, because I have the same matchmaker as all the rest of you. I don't have favorable matchmaking. I'm not a member of the Wargaming content creators team, and so I don't get favorable matchmaking. Submarine is going to be a pain. And just for the record, I hate these guns. I hate them with a passion. I know they've been improved. Apparently they were worse. And we just got 2 fires on the Congo, so go us, right? But I still hate the guns. They're only really good for farming battleships. It's really hard to take out a destroyer with these guns if he doesn't want to be hit. Okay, we're just going to smoke up again because there's a Nelson with my name on it coming around the corner. And we'll just drop some deep water torps there. Actually, no, I'm going to carry on reversing. Might as well use the guns. So what's my detection in smoke? 4.4. That's actually quite good. That's actually quite good. That should allow us to light this guy up a bit.
Smoke screen set.
They got a fire on him. If he holds his course, he's going to be in trouble. He's starting to turn away. Okay. I think the torps have him though. I think the torps have him. Talking of torps having them. Some coming into my smoke right now. Got him with 2, haven't I? 2 hits. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay, so there we go. A glimmer of playstyle there for you. But we're losing again. This seems to be a reoccurring nightmare with this game at the moment. The matchmaker's been horrible ever since I took on the Pan-Asian line. It's been really cruel to me. I'm going to assume he's running away, so I'm going to come out of my smoke and head for the cap, because I think the Mayhan may make a play for the cap. I kind of feel obliged to fire on this guy a bit more. Being targeted by something. And he's turning around to take me on. What the hell is our Nagato doing? Nagato basically has the equipment to handle this guy. They do know it's cap capture, don't they? Nobody wants to push. This is hilarious. They're just going to float around the map all day long, are they? I'm going dark. Bye. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. And... Bloop. Okay. He's just running away back to his base. Why would I want to attack the base? Is he concerned about the Nicholas and the Grom? Has he spotted them? Are they on his mini-map? That'll be it, won't it? He's making a play to defend the base because he's worried the Grom and the Nicholas are going to cap. Well, meanwhile, I'm trying to head off the Mayhan. Yeah, there's something here. It could be a U-boat, could be the Mayhan. Not too sure which. The good news is no one's targeting me. The bad news is, oh yeah, there you go, smoke. It's a destroyer. It's the Mayhan. And I'm going to really struggle to hit him with these guns, and he knows it. I've just got to take wild pot shots while I'm lit. Okay, something's on cap. Can get rid of the ping. Can't stand submarines. Yes, I just used damage con. And what is on cap? That's going to be probably the Minikaze, probably.
Problem solved, sir.
We've got a Minikaze on cap. I'm being fired on by the Mayhan in his smoke. I'm kind of screwed, to be honest. I'm kind of screwed.
Torpedoes are
Probably shouldn't have repaired that. I didn't allow for the Minikaze. That was the thing I didn't factor into my equations. But that's okay. No heals on this ship either. And each line has no heals. Okay, there's the Minikaze. And the problem with the Minikaze is his torpedoes hit pretty hard and I don't have a very big health point pool. So I can't really push into his smoke. I have no Hydra. I've got to hope he makes a mistake. I gotta hope he makes a mistake. That's his first set of torpedoes. He's launching more torpedoes at me. There goes my steering. No, I am effectively screwed here. There's nothing I can do about it either. Except head away. I don't know why I'm lit either. It must be the submarine. Submarine's got me lit. And I'm with another team, another fail team. On this map. I did not want to spawn where the matchmaker put me, and this is one of the reasons why. Not a lot I can do about this. If I go too close to the smoke and he's any good, he's going to torp me.
Torpedoes astern.
Yeah, there you go. You see, he's constantly trying to torpedo me. I've got that ship, the Minikaze, and the reload time on the torps is like 40 seconds or something dumb like that. So I got forced off cap.
Torpedoes to port.
And here come the submarine torpedoes. I can't avoid those.
Torpedoes to port.
So I'm toast. GG Wargaming. Thanks for that. I really appreciate you so much for putting me in that dumb situation in the first place. Now this is kind of funny. Both destroyers smoked up so they can no longer farm the Nelson. One person has to concede to spotting. If you're in this situation and you see your fellow destroyer smoke up, then don't smoke. Spot. Be nice. It's called team play. You know, it's a team game. These two are playing against each other. It's kind of weird. Because they both smoked up, the Nelson vanished. They could have farmed him. They could have farmed him for quite a while because he came close to the cap. Instead, they chose to both smoke. But thanks to these two, it looks like we're going to win this. And my heroic attempt to block the cap in a Chumphon. I feel like a right chump, actually, to be honest. Chumphon's a good name. It's a chump matchmaking made by chumps. I really don't appreciate it, Wargaming, when you give me 4 matches like this in a row where I'm stuck on the wrong flank trying to do a review. It's no fun. So next time I apply to be a content creator with you, please accept, okay, and give me the favorable matchmaking I need to do my content. Thank you. Yeah, I'm a little annoyed. Can you tell? Okay. Fine. Fine. We didn't really deserve that win, did we? But okay, thanks to these destroyers, we got the win. Okay, so if we look at the detailed report, yeah, I think if Nelson hadn't retreated back to his cap when he did, we could have sunk him, but I was more concerned about the destroyers heading towards our cap. So I had to withdraw, which was kind of annoying. I think we could have very easily burned him down. Some good fires and flooding damage there. She excels at crushing pushes. The problem is she needs islands. She's a light cruiser. Crushing a push in the open will require you to use your smoke and at the same time your deep water torpedoes. And you might get caught out. She's not the fastest ship out there. A fast battleship might creep up on you. Or a faster cruiser. And the greaser, yeah, we hardly clashed, didn't we? We hardly clashed. Okay, so that's that. Okay, well, let's do another one. Okay, this time we're on Tears of the Desert in domination mode. Matchmaker's been kind of cruel. We're bottom tier against things like a Musashi, Missouri, Bismarck, Collington, or Collingwood. It's not so bad, actually. It's not so bad, he says. I think the word cautious springs to mind here, so we're going to follow the Hinsen Yang into sea, but we're going to use this island chain to my right to do that, and hopefully the islands will keep us alive. Honestly, they have got some big hitters there. They've also got radar. I really don't want to encounter the Cleveland on the other side of that island. I hope that hasn't spawned opposite me. I hope the Cleveland's over at A or in mid. But if we bump into the Cleveland, I shall deal with her appropriately. But that is my biggest worry. That and the Musashi, to be honest. Okay, 10.5 kilometer range on the deep water torps. Good. I've got a Kronstadt with me, which is a Russian radar cruiser, quite a strong one, so that's nice. I've also got an Izumo providing some well-required 410mm sniper fire, so we've got a reasonable team comp going into this particular cap. Not sure what the Hinsen Yang is doing. He's heading off to the middle of nowhere, so we're just going to blacklist him and yeah, prove to me you can sail in a straight line and you might get off my blacklist. But honestly, I would understand if there were planes, if it was a CV match, but it's not, and there isn't, and there's no reason why he should have done that. All he's done is slowed down his inevitable positioning for C. So I haven't a clue what's on C now. Good job, Hinsen Yang. And there's the Cleveland. And I'll be radared any second now. Any second now. Radar button, right? Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to reverse up. I was worried about this. I had a feeling the matchmaker had it in for me. Vincent Yang is still gingerly going into cap. Okay, getting some good hits on the Cleveland. Done a 4k damage. That's not so great. Just going to put that fire out because we're going to go dark. Yeah, there we go. And I've got the Kronstadt with me. I get the general impression he put some damage down on the Cleveland, but not very much. We need that Cleveland gone. So they might have a Shiratsuyu on cap, they might have an Akatsuki on cap, we really don't know at this stage. So the Hinson Yang's being pretty cagey. Okay, he's let them have the cap and he's not spotting for his radar cruiser. We got a lot of ships here. There's no reason to be scared of the cap, but the Hinson Yang is running scared of the cap. Okay. On New Orleans in mid, I would very much like to put some fire down on him, but gotta wait for the smoke to come off cooldown. Just gonna roll her up to this island in case of Cleveland radars again. I want to be close to cover. Yeah, he's going quite slow. Don't care if I get lit now. Now I'm close to the island. You see how floaty these shells are? You have to lead by like 1 light year if you're going to hit anything with them. Okay, there's the Cleveland. Okay, I'm going to smoke. He's going to radar. Definitely getting feelings of deja vu. This ship is really designed to stop pushes, not to support destroyers into caps. So that was my first mistake. I really should have stayed further back, roughly where the Scharnhorst is. Mizashi's just taken out our Indrak. Okay, Hinson Yang is hiding behind the Izumo. Why he doesn't come back to the G line, I have no idea, but he's absolutely obsessed by the J line. Okay, fine. And if I was in a fast enough ship, I'd be over there seeding the lane with deep water torpedoes. Can I get him? No, island's in the way. Okay, so I've used effective cover. I've kept myself from getting sunk, and the Cleveland's now on 144 health. It looks like Scharnhorst got him with his secondaries. Good. Now you can see the Tangians on cap. There's still a destroyer around here that hasn't been lit yet. The Shiratsuyu's all the way over at A, so it must be the Akatsuki. So there's an Akatsuki here somewhere. There he is. He's just shown up in front of the Hinson Yang. There goes our Izumo. Wow. Oh, these guys are good. I think our Scharnhorst knows what he's doing, but I'm a little concerned about everyone else. I think we're going to lose our Hinson Yang now. Having spent the entire battle just floating around the edge of the cap and doing absolutely nothing, he's about to get sunk by the Akatsuki, I do believe. Yeah, he's down to his last 9k of health. Yeah. There he goes. Yeah, I'm shocked, right? Shocked at that. Absolutely shocked. No regrets on the blacklist there. None whatsoever. Anywho, I now find myself in front of an advancing fleet because those ships are going to turn around and they're going to want to head to B. So we've got to play the long game in this ship. She's no Atlanta, so we're going to play the long game. Teams are fairly evenly losing ships right, left and centre. We're less than halfway through the match and already both teams have lost 6 ships each. 12 ships gone already. It's been remarkable actually, the matchmaker. It's been remarkably bad. There's no other word for it. Anyway, bit like watching paint dry. I'm going to wait for the enemy fleet to finally decide it might be an idea to push into B, because they are taking their sweet time. Might as well put some fire down on the Tianjin, because I can get over the island and remain hidden while I'm doing that. So that's one of the advantages of these floaty shells. I think he's sailing backwards. Yeah, he is sailing backwards, looking at the mini-map. So actually hitting him is quite tricky. And now he's sailing forwards. And now he's rapidly sailing forwards. So he's speed juking. Which is an incredibly good way to avoid Atlanta or, in this case, Chumphon fire, because the shells take so long to get there and are so floaty. He didn't avoid that though, did he? Okay, so we got two fires on him. Wow. Okay. So I can put them out immediately. Yeah. Okay. Right. Now those are Musashi joining him, and they're both going to be going through that gap, I assume. At F5, F6, yeah, around F6. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay down a torpedo trap, and I'm going to basically put tons of deep water torps into the gap at random spread intervals. To be honest, this is kind of what she's good for. This is what she excels at. Sending torpedo waves, wave after wave, through a tight channel that you know enemy shipping is going to be navigating. And here comes the Tianjin. Good. Good, the trap is set. Those look good. Yep. It looks like he repaired the flood. Got another hit on him. And there it is. A hit and a flood. And that's a perma. At least it should be, because he repaired the other flood. Why isn't he flooding? Maybe I hit someone else and they repaired the flood. You know what? I think I hit someone else. That must be the Musashi. And he instantly repaired. Oh, another hit and a flood on the Musashi. Yeah, that's what happened there. Look, the Musashi's got a perma flood now. So there's the value right there. That's the playstyle. You find a channel, you're pretty sure that enemy ships are going to be going down, and you time it just right so that they sail into your torpedo walls and inevitably give you quite a lot of damage. And of course you can farm them from behind this island if I ever hit him with these incredibly floaty HE shells. Now I'm not too worried about a Missouri because he's out of my gun range, which means I can stay dark. But I'm finding it incredibly hard to hit anything with these guns. The Musashi took a thunderous amount of flood damage from that last torp, but he's still in the match, albeit sinking as we speak, because the Scharnhorst managed to get a perm fire on him. Of course. So, between the Scharnhorst fires and my floods, we've managed to get rid of him. So they've only really got two ships left, the Akatsuki and the Missouri. And the Akatsuki is on B. So now I'm going to turn around. And we're going to head back to B and see if we can sink the Akatsuki. I don't know though, the Missouri's looking... No, he's never going to be in range, and if he is, I don't really think that's going to be a problem. I've used all my torpedo reload boosters. You only get 2, which again isn't great. It's nice to have, but it's not exactly world changing. Now you've got the Kearsarge going into B with the Massachusetts B. I really struggled to break even on the win rate on this ship as well while I've been practicing in it, and I have finally managed to hit 50% again. But it did take a while. See if we can actually hit the Akatsuki with these useless guns. I mean, they go off screen. It's really annoying. I hate every single gun that goes off screen in this game, because what you invariably end up having to do is bring your sight back one click or one wheel, so that you can actually see where the shells are going. That said, I got 7 hits on him. I decapped him a little, so all right. It's a shame that HE doesn't do a fraction more damage, and it's a shame that the shells are so damn floaty. But you get used to it. Trust me, you get used to it. Now, this is a point where I wish I was in Atlanta and I had the radar, to be honest. I like the Chumphon, but I'm always thinking of the Atlanta, if you know what I mean. Chumphon's a nice ship, but the Atlanta's just... yeah. Does she suit the current meta, the Chumphon? Not really. Not unless late game they're pushing. You have to wait for the late game, so you need to keep yourself alive until that happens, so you can actually get some value out of a deep water talks. What is he doing? He's going real slow. I thought he was going faster than that. But there you go. You see, Massachusetts B gets him first. Was there ever any doubt? we managed to get to the 100k mark on the damage, so there's that. But this was a tier 9 matchup, and I was lower bottom tier, so not the best game to show the Chumphon off in. But if I get a better match, I'll post it up. But otherwise, this has been the Chumphon review. I'll have a look at the detailed report in a sec. So what was that? A top 5 finish with us at number 5. Yeah, in a difficult match, in a difficult matchup. So 49,000 on the Mizashi, 17k with floodings. You see, deep water tops. 25k from the torpedoes there, and again 4,697 fire damage. Not much else to speak about really. 100,000 damage caused total, 20,000 from the main battery, 57,000 from the torpedoes. It's getting those torpedoes to work for you. That's where you're going to get your damage numbers, your big damage numbers from. Trust me, it won't be the guns unless the enemy team is full of potatoes. Anyway, that's the Chumphon. My name's Lone Gun. I hope you enjoyed the review, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe.